Om Shri Sai Ram. Sandeha Nivarini, Chapter 2. Namaskaram Swami. Happy to see you. You seem very tired, and in this summer, travel is even more exhausting. Take rest for a little while. We can converse thereafter. When there is no peace of mind, where can rest be got? Well, my boy, rest is for the sake of peace of mind. Once you have that peace, where is the need for rest? There is need for a bandage until the wound heals. After that, what is its use? Swami, just now my mind is restless. I cannot decide upon anything. I do not know what the reason is. What shall I do? Well, no effect can take place without a cause. You do certainly know the cause of your present condition. Well, nothing else need to be done. At such times of mental pain, do namasmarna for a while sitting in a lonely place, or sing bhajan songs loudly in a raised voice. If that is not possible, spread the bed and sleep for some time. Thereafter, you can think about all this. You have told us that in this world, each one has some dearly loved thing or the other, and that if any harm comes upon that thing, peace of mind cannot be had. How then can I have peace of mind when something happens like this? Another person either disrespecting my dearly loved thing or finding fault with it. What am I to do then? Well, a good person who has understood what is Atma Vichara will not blame like this the things that others love, nor will he even associate with such men. For he would argue within himself that when he blames another's Ishtatam, he will feel as much pain as he himself feels when his own Ishtatam is blamed. Therefore, be at peace with yourself, realizing that those who abuse like this are people ignorant of Atma Vichara. Engaged as you are in Atma Vichara, you have nothing to do with ignorant persons who do not know Atma Vichara. Well, let it go. What has really happened to cause all this? The whole trouble will end if what is inside comes out. The world knows well how you are vouchsafing courage and daring and guiding men to do good spiritually, physically and mentally. How you have rendered educational and medical help. You have never done any harm, nor caused harm to anyone in any form. How to suppress the persons who invent and spread all kinds of silly stories about such as you. Do they gain anything by this? Oh, so this is the story. Well, don't you know that good and bad are of the very nature of the world? If all are engaged in selling, who will be the buyers? With regard to God, fault finding has come down from the beginning of time. It is not new. Only present day persons might manufacture some new tales. Well, why should you take to heart such abuse? Take it that they are only remembering Swami by this means. Prema Smarna and Dvesha Smarna are two types. Of these, Dvesha Smarna is avidya maya. It is related to Rajoguna. Prema Smarna is Vidya Maya. It is related to Sattva Guna. Avidya Maya results in Dukkha. Vidya Maya results in Ananda. Their results are indicated there itself. Now, why should you suppress? You asked about the gain, isn't it? They don't need any gain. Finding fault with others has become their habit. They do it as their duty. As the saying goes, what does the moth care or gain, whether the sari costs 100 tankas or is cheap? To gnaw and tear is its nature. The moth tears equally a costly sari or a rag. Does it know the value of things? Its work is such. So, be at peace, realizing that the work of these fault finders is the same as the work of these moths. Swami, what you said is the truth. We can take it that ignorant persons, when they behave like this, are of the brood of moths. But when people who are well educated, who are great, who know when these are devoting themselves to spreading such stories, how can it be endured? Learning means Atma-jnana. It is not the knowledge of things related to the world, which trains a living and is useful as basis for a living. To compare Atma-jnana with such vidyas is a great mistake. Great men are those who do not abuse others, who search for the reality with good intentions. Spiritual matters cannot be understood by those without the power of discrimination, who are puffed up with the authority they have, or by those who are unaware of any Atma-jnana. So consider those whom you described as educated and great as belonging to the brood mentioned above, and without yielding place to such ideas and worries, engage yourself in strengthening your belief. Many astikas in this world are changing into nastikas on account of such people. Isn't it, Swami? Is there no weapon to put down these persons who, without any regard for their own learning and without any effort to know the reality, abuse the Mahapurushas? Why, there is. A load of rags is placed on a rag saddle, is the saying. The words of such persons will be listened to only by such persons. No real astika will associate with them. Even if they do, they will move far away as soon as they understand that those stories are fictitious. So, the weapon to put down these persons is in their own hands. Haven't you heard the story of Bhasmasura? Placing his hand on everyone's head, he reduced them to ashes. Finally, placing it on his own head, he himself was reduced to ashes. Similarly, accusing others, they themselves will be finally accused by their own words. Those who find fault with the Lord are of four types. First, persons who have no interest at all in matters related to God. Second, persons who, on account of individual spite, cannot endure another's greatness. Third, those who have neither personal experience, nor contact, nor knowledge of anything, and so merely manufacture stories based on hearsay to which they have become enslaved. Fourth, persons who come with some worldly desire and who accuse the Lord as an excuse for the failure caused by their own destiny. Only these four types of people clamor, as you say. The others will not shout or jump about like puppets. Even if they do not have personal experience, when they hear such stories, they will just analyze them within themselves and arrive at conclusions for their own satisfaction. They won't abuse others. It is not the correct path to disbelieve one's own mind and give room therein to another's words. Besides, there is no profit in discussing with those who do not know the reality. As a matter of fact, reality does not admit of an discussion at all. To argue with those who do not know either but who are in the intermediate stage is like seeing the trunk and believing it to be the entire body, as in the story of the blind man and the elephant. Well, note this. It is not good to spend time in this type of conversation. Abuse and fault finding are natural and common. Knowing this, those who aspire to become true bhaktas should search only for bases on which to build their ananda. All the available time should be used for holy purposes. It should not be wasted. You have nothing to do with the good and the bad in others. Instead of wasting the time, it should be utilized to discard the bad and develop the good in you. Ask me about some sadhana or sandesha which you need and seek something that is worthwhile. Hereafter, do not bring near me such stories of fault finding indulged in by others. You too should not take in such things. All this happened because we too have the same human nature. But now that I understand the subject from your answers, courage and joy have entered into me, driving away the doubt and sorrow I had. Through the talk of such men, even the little faith, devotion, and earnestness that men have are being reduced. That was the reason for my asking you these questions. Otherwise, I have also nothing to do with such topics. Pardon me, hereafter I won't talk on these lines to you. Very good. During the little time available, if you don't think of some good subject, but merely recollect the ignorant prattle of others, it is as if you too joined in blaming those persons. That is harmful to bhaktas. Whatever others may say, you should not give up your faith. Once you are firmly established in that, you will not be in want any day. One word following another produces anger and pain. Bhakti Marga is designed for suppressing, not developing these qualities. You tell me that devotion and faith disappear because people listen to such accusers. But for how long? As soon as the truth is discovered, will they be trusted again? Will their words be valued again? The talk of those fault finders is as the sound of bronze. Cheap metals make more sound. Gold, which does not make sound is very valuable. True bhaktas will be mute. They will follow the path of silence. Their tongues will be fully engaged in the repetition of the essential greatness of the Lord. It is best they have no respite for any other word. So, do not permit the words of the bronze-voiced persons to enter your ears, but fill them with the name of the Lord, which is the Pranavananda itself. Next month, if you get any problems regarding such useful topics as sadhana or anusthana, come here and have them solved. But do not bring with you bundles of such doubts. I am indeed blessed this day. On account of them, you have vouchsafed to me the light of wisdom. Seeing all this, I feel that the saying, all is for our good, is true. Henceforward, whatever anyone may say, I will be patient and won't take it in because all is for our good. Namaskaram. Allow me to take leave.